Well, good morning. Once again, this is Pastor Michael Brown with Stories of Hope from the heart of our community. This is a ministry production of the Kalamazoo Gospel Ministries. And my guest this morning is Isreal Serna. Israel was on our show before, and we got really into the conversation and we ran out of time. So we wanted to bring Israel back because he's got a very interesting story. And I want you all just to know the diverse group of people that we have here at the mission, the diverse group of experiences that cause someone to end up in a place like this. I've said it before, nobody grows up thinking, I'm going to be a shelter resident when I grow up. You know, most of the time people just end up here. And so, Israel, you were telling me earlier, you were telling me about your experiences as a young child, and you were telling me about being a migrant worker. Tell me a little bit about that.
All right. I've been a migrant worker since I was 10.
Mm-hmm.
I started off as a water boy.
Okay.
My mom and dad and uncles and family would be working on this field that, make it short, 200 acres.
Wow.
We had to be done in 4 days out of the week.
How many families was it?
It was just one family.
Oh, wow.
One family, but since we were a big family, I'm a family of 12.
Uh-huh.
I had like 6 brothers, 5 sisters, and then a half sister. So we all came together and we all worked together. Mm-hmm. So we have mom, dad, older, second oldest, the line down until the end. Mm-hmm. And we all worked through the lines, and basically what we're doing is just pulling out weeds, making it look clean, make sure the vegetables are nice and ready to be pulled the next day. So we just do a clean sweep before they do the harvesting. Once they do the harvesting, the machine just digs it all up, and then they start cleaning up without getting jammed up with weeds and a lot of crud. So we started like that for long years. It was like the way of life. This is how we do work. Never did cooking. I never did none of that. It was just mainly just work. To a time of point that, brothers started getting older, family started separating. The family tradition of working is not how it used to be because everybody was going to gangs, drugs, violence.
Your family started going to those kind of things, your brothers and sisters and that kind of thing?
Because once they hit to their 18, they're like, I ain't going to listen to you. I'm going to be my own person. I'm my own man. And they left. And from them leaving, and they ended up doing all this stuff.
How old were you when you left?
When I left, I was not 18. I was 16.
Okay.
I was 16 just because the abuse of my dad started building up way worse. My mom wanted to leave my dad. My dad didn't want her to leave, so he beat her up so she won't leave. And then my mom's in fear of not leaving him because she thinks he's going to do something to him. So it was just like that for a while until I standed up to my dad. I was tired of my dad hitting my mom. So I got a friend of my dad's like, just hit me. Just everything you want to do, just get it over so you don't hit my mama no more. Just get it over. And I ended up getting knocked out. I had broken ribs. He got me really good. But did he go to jail? No, because my mom was in fear of this. I missed a couple days of schools. Went to school with broken ribs. It was a life that I wasn't used to because it was normal for me. That was all normal because that was the life I was around. So then my mom got the nerves to say, you know what? This is the last time you put your hands on me or my child. We're leaving. He didn't want to do it. I stand in the way of her to get out. I got another whooping, but she got out. And then she came back with reinforcements, at the police, and took us away from him. And said we need to separate, we need divorce and everything. And then my mom started really showing me the way of life. The Bible. I didn't believe the Bible. I was like, nah, I don't want to listen to all that. That's just gibberish. And she was like, no, you need to know.
So your mom was a woman of faith.
And then she kept on, but she was Catholic.
Did you still do the migrant work after you left that?
Yeah, after that.
And so you learned hard work.
Yes.
Growing up.
Yeah, I would be working with scissors, be sitting down on my knees, getting buckets filled up all the way down for 50 cents a sack of onions. So each onion bag I filled up with 50 cents. Each bag weighs about 60, 70 pounds.
Okay.
Each one all the way down gives us our money.
Okay.
So if we take a good 4 or 5 to 6 acres, that's about $100 and something for us to make.
Wow.
Back then, $100 and something was something.
Uh-huh.
So we still did the migrant work, but it was not the big family; it was a smaller family.
Well, you were talking earlier. You were telling me about how you, as a young child, they give you an allowance.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna get. So once after we left my dad and we started doing a better way for ourselves again, the messed up. I want to tell you real quick. Mexicans and my dad race. I don't know how you say it. If they separate, men go with men, women go with women, and that's what it is. My dad disowned me because I went to my mom.
Okay, I get it.
I left my dad and went to my mom because it was just younger women. There was nobody old enough to work.
Right. Okay.
Other than the 17 and 15-year-old, but.
So you was the man that your mom needed.
Yep. So I said bye, Dad. I went to my mom, and then after that worked. And then my mom was like, you know what? I'm gonna start giving you money. I know you're working hard for this money. I know you're providing for us, but I'm gonna give you money for you, so you can have.
What'd you do with your money when you had it?
Oh, when I first had my money, I wasted about $150 on laser tag. I was in games, games,
Okay,
back in the day they had game stations. So I'll go there, I'll be playing laser tag, sticking dollars in the machine and just going off on tickets and winning prizes.
Wow.
And then
tell me now, so what made you want to be responsible,
Well, I'll get to that right now.
Okay.
So from all that money, I got bored, and then I got to drugs.
Oh, okay, I hear you.
And then because I had money, I was like, and nobody's telling me no. So here you go, buy it. Buy something. I didn't know what it was. It made me happy, and then I got addicted. Okay. And then, like I said, I lost my mom.
Right.
In 2007, she had cancer. She'd been going through the treatment ever since. She started getting better again, and I started seeing more of. She's gonna leave. She's gonna be gone. I need to start fixing myself. Okay. And am I really going to fix myself? Or I'm really going to go down bottom. And so she started getting better. Her chemo was going good and everything. And then out of nowhere, she just collapsed.
Wow.
Just collapsed going to her doctor's meeting. I was working at another migrant working job. It was in Florida. It was a pickle factory. So I worked from 4:30 in the morning, and I get out at almost 2 in the morning. I only had like 4 hours of sleep every day.
From 4:30 in the morning till 2 in the morning.
Yeah, I'll get back with it later. But I had like 126 hours a week, but I was only getting paid $7.25 to $7 an hour. Okay. But the only reason they work you to death is because they provide you with a house, they provide you with the light, they provide you with everything. All they had to do is just go to work. Those farms had their houses in their property. Okay. So basically
you ain't got to worry about how you're going to get to work in the morning.
It's just there was a truck that pulled up, you get on and then take you to work and then work and then straight back.
What do you think that, now you've been through so much, I can't imagine, some of the things that you've been through. How much do you think your mother's guidance has helped you? I know you were telling me you're angry at God, when your mom died.
She helped me out how to cook, how to take care of myself, how to wash, how you were saying about your mom, how to get everything down, how to sew, how to be independent for myself. Right. So I never thought that I needed a girlfriend. Or I can have a girlfriend, but I never thought to, just be the one.
You didn't need somebody to take care of you.
Yeah, I can take care of myself. So she helped me out on cooking. Yeah. And then she helped me out, like a lot of stuff, simple stuff. And then she started teaching me how to read, spelling. I understand. I know how to read Spanish books, understand it and everything. And then the hard part was learning English, so she was teaching me English. Okay. English wasn't my first language, so I sometimes have words I don't know how to say yet because I haven't got the help for it.
You were telling me that you're still working on your GED. Is the mission helping you with that?
Yes, they are helping me, but they're waiting for me to have more open days. Remember how you had that meeting that we need more days for us to, to switch around.
Well, we don't want to work you 100 and some hours a week either. You know,
I'm used to it. To be honest with you, I would love those hours.
But I want y'all to hear me on camera tell him that he's not supposed to work 100 and some hours. I don't want you going to work at 4:30 in the morning and working until 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Not here, brother.
Yeah.
So
I was used to it. I'm sorry, guys. I was used to it. I thought it was normal.
No, that's not normal.
So when I lost my mom, I literally hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
And I was trying to find a way to get out, and I couldn't. I tried. I tried her Bible. I tried to read. I couldn't because I felt so angry at God.
Yeah.
Because he took somebody that was making a better life for myself. But
how old were you then when your mom
I was about 29. Almost 28, 29.
Okay.
So I was still of age, but a baby. I was a mama's boy.
You don't look that old now.
No, I'm 35 right now.
Okay. Yeah, you don't look that old.
It's that Indian blood in my mom's side.
Okay.
My mom's side, they're Indians from Texas. So they don't grow facial hair. They don't grow any body hair. And their side of the family. And then my dad's side of the family,
they're all
hairy and
beards and everything.
And there's hair everywhere.
So you go from being encouraged. You got your mom walking beside you, teaching you different things, and then she's gone.
Yeah.
And so now you hit rock bottom and everything. Is there a point did it ever occur to you that, you know what, I need to pull myself up to make my mom proud, if nothing else? I want my mom to know that she raised a good man.
There was a light that popped up.
Oh.
There was a light. And I don't know if it was my mom talking to me or God, but there was a light. It told me, no matter what, if I'm not here, I'm always here with you. All you have to do is close your eyes and picture me there with you.
Okay.
If I'm there with you, I'm there to guide you. I might not be there to teach you what to do. Your body will tell you how to do it.
Okay.
And that light was like, okay, let me try this.
Encouragement you needed.
Let me try it. And I tried it, and then I started caring for one another. Started caring for more other than myself.
Right.
Like my mom was showing me how to be a peaceful person, but that wasn't showing me how to care for others because I was just us.
Yeah.
And so I started opening myself up to more people that hurt me.
Oh, okay.
Just like my dad, like I gave him a chance again. I was sure I'll be in your life again, but every time he got to his drinking, he started talking about my mom.
So let me ask you this: through all of this experience, where are you with forgiveness?
I think I'm truly there now. I can literally say I forgive my dad for all the abuse and everything. I still love him because now we have a bond.
Oh,
now
so you have communicate with your dad
out of
now
all
still?
the years, yeah.
Okay.
At first, from 2007 to 2012, we had no connection.
Okay.
Until 2012, we started connecting with one another. My dad ended up moving on, started having another family.
Oh, okay.
Forgave my mom for all the...
He still drink?
Yeah, he still... No, he drinks, but not like he used to.
Not like he used to, yeah.
He don't do drugs no more.
Okay.
He's sober. He's, like I say, has another family. He's trying to do better. And for me, I don't accept it because all I see is back him how he used to be.
Right, okay.
So then I had to give the courage for myself to say, Dad, I forgive you for everything you took me through and everything that I took you through, because I was a bad son to him too. I wasn't perfect. I stole from him. I ran off with his car. I crashed one of his cars. I did a lot of not good stuff.
So in all of that, let's talk for a minute about forgiveness, because I know a lot of times people will go through things and they'll try to get their life back on track, but they never get to the place where they can forgive. And I tend to think that when you don't forgive, there's a weight. It's like walking through life with a weight tied around you, that will always pop up just when you're trying to get somewhere.
I can probably
like
say I'm
trying to
still
swim.
Yeah.
Like trying to swim, but you got a weight on your back.
Yeah.
Well,
I think I'm there. I'm not too sure. I think because I can forgive my dad and I can move on forward. But sometimes I still have that weight that you're talking about. And I'm trying to figure out a way But then God, God
I can
sometimes
help
helps
you
you.
with that.
Yeah.
We'll talk
Yeah,
about that
yeah.
when we get out of
All
here.
right,
But
then.
I can help you with that.
Yeah. So I'm still in a pickle with that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well,
But
it's something you have to make a decision, and you can't be in a position where you expect to get something for what was done to you.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
know
You
what you're
can't. I
talking
mean, you have to learn how to forgive whether you get restitution or not.
Yeah.
And the other thing is you have to learn how to forgive, and you also have to know that just because you forgave somebody doesn't mean that if they're still doing that same behavior that hurt you, you don't have to be right there with
Yeah.
them anymore.
Yeah.
See, so a lot of people get that confused. They think that since you forgive somebody that you have to be around them all the time again, and that's not true. But the forgiveness releases you.
Because I forgave my dad for everything.
Yeah.
And just because I forgive him doesn't mean I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
Because I need to move on. I need to, keep going forward.
Now, you work in the kitchen down there. You see the people come through the line. You check them in from time to time. You hear the conversations down there. Do you think it's a lot of people that we serve that are in that position where they hold on to unforgiveness and they're angry about things that have happened to them?
Yeah, I see a lot of that. Mm-hmm. And then when I try to tell them, like, just let the mission help you.
Right.
And they're like, I don't want them to help me because they want me to do this, they want me to do that, and I'm not used to it.
Right.
I'm like, okay, you're not used to it because you've never done it. Just try it.
That's right.
Just give it a try. Just try out there,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I put an application on this place, it's not getting me. Okay, well, try the computer and try to look at an application on that, and then see how that helps out.
Uh-huh.
And then be like, well, I never tried it like that. Or if not, look at the newspaper and look at the ads, and they will say help wanted. It's just the faith in you if you want to do that.
That's right. You got to try something. One of the things that it's so disheartening for me is when I see people who have come to that place where they've given up. They don't want to try anything. They don't want you to help them try anything. Yeah. And so now it's like their life is a hamster wheel where they get up in the morning and every day looks like the day before, and sometimes we're trying to help break that cycle so that people can get their lives in a better place. Because that's what we want. We want people to be able to leave here and be on an upward track so that their lives are better.
Yeah, because I try to give somebody a confident, like an answer. Like, okay, you're with all these people, you're still doing the same thing, you're still doing the same issues. Try this. Like, I was in that same bubble where you're at. Mm-hmm. There's certain people that I still know in that bubble, but I keep my distance because they're not trying to make me move forward. They're trying to hold me back. Mm-hmm. But other than they're there, they're still there. Mm-hmm. So just slowly escalate yourself from them so you can see where your goals are at.
You got to wean yourself off.
They're always going to be there because they're always going to be those. I'm not saying they're always going to be there. Pretty soon they're going to change their lives as well. But just for you to slowly, push yourself away from that group and try something different.
Well, one of the things that happens when you do that, and I found this in my situation years ago when I started moving away from the folk that I, had hung out with and got in all that stuff with, is that when I started moving away, I found out that there were a couple of people in there that they wanted to move away too. They just didn't have the courage. And once they saw me moving away, then they come and they're like, how did you do that? And, they want to hang out. They want to learn from me. And I'm trying to tell them, well, we can learn together because, I'm still trying to figure this out. Yeah. I just know that that's not helping me, And so now I see people, and yourself is included, Kenny Harris, Tyra, so many people, Greg, that have come through the mission, that have those life experiences that they've been able to learn from, and then now they're living a better life, and they've chosen. Many of them have chosen to remain at the mission or in an environment where they can have an impact on the lives of other people who are in similar situations than they are. You might be listening to this broadcast and you know someone whose life sounds similar to what Israel's talking about. You know someone who's caught on that hamster wheel and every day, they're caught up with drugs, alcohol, or what have you, and you want to help them to find a place that will help them to break out and get to a place where their lives can be transformed. Kalamazoo Gospel Ministries is that place. And so we want to help. And so if you would direct them to us, you don't have to stay at the gospel mission in order to partake of the meals, the classes, the services that we have. We just want to help people transform their lives and get back to a productive lifestyle. And so if you direct them to us, then we'll see what we can do to help them. Now you got to know that if there's going to be a requirement that you do life differently than they've been doing it. But if you care about them, you want them to see them do something different. My guest today has been Isreal Serna. Israel's one of our lead food service people back in the Credo Cafe. He's been doing a wonderful job, and he's been open enough to share his life experiences with us. And so I just want you to know that our staff down here, they've gone through some things. All of us have a past that when you look at it, when you look at us, you can't see what we've come through. And that's just due to the goodness of God, because God is so good that he's healed us. He's helped us to move on. We're still working through some things, but God is good. And so I just want to thank you all if you're tuned in here. Thank you for listening to our program. We want to thank you for your support. You can stop right now, take a minute, write that check, and help support the ministry of the Kalamazoo Gospel Ministries. We're in the business of helping people change their lives. And so just before we go, Isreal, I like to pray for you before we close. Is that all right?
Can I say one more thing real quick?
Yeah.
I love if you guys come down and check us out, check the food out, give us your feedback, what you think about the mission, and let us know on, online?
Check us out online.
And give us our stars if we deserve it or not.
Okay.
I say it in the nicest way.
We said whether we deserve it or not.
Yeah, no.
If we deserve it, give it to us.
Yeah. Oh, no, because there's some guests will get on there.
Yeah.
They'll come and say, how do I know that, how can I thank you? I'm already thanking you now, but how can I thank you? And I tell them, go online, go on the mission, and give us your thought of the stars, what you've been treated or being helped out on.
Well, let me pray for you.
Yes, sir.
Well, join us, won't you? Well, Father, we just thank and praise you, God, once again for Isreal, God, and just everything that you're doing in his life, God. I pray that a blessing upon him, God, and his family, God, that you would cause them never have to experience the things that he's been through, but you would always make him an example of your goodness, God, and your favor. I pray for those people that are listening to this program right now, God, that you move on their hearts and cause them to want to be a part of making sure that not only Isreal, but others like him have a safe place to come and everything that they need to turn their lives around so they can walk out of some of the things that have happened to them in their past. God, we believe you for it. We thank you for it in Jesus' name. Amen. God bless you. This has been Pastor Mike from Kalamazoo Gospel Ministries, Stories of Hope from the heart of our city. And so we want to thank you and welcome you back here. Next week, we'll be looking to see you here.
See you guys.